Hey guys, I'm here to do my May wrap up and my June TBR. I'm going to show you what I read this month, what I'm currently reading, what I plan to read, all that good stuff. I've just ignored this like junk beside me. I've got a bunch of New York stuff that I haven't put away or I'm going to haul for you guys and all that stuff. So anyways, this month has been crazy because it was my last semester, or the last month for my junior semester of college. I obviously had, I had finals week, and then I went to New York. I just got back from New York, and just some other crazy stuff that happened. So I feel like for what I did this month though, I feel like I read quite a bit as a whole. So yeah, I finished 3 books, 1 graphic novel, and 2 comics. And then I continued to work towards read 2 really big books. So this first book I have, I just got on a whim. Me and Maureen and I hung out for a day and we got some used books, and so I haven't done that book haul yet, but this is like a little preview of what I got. Twilight, the graphic novel, volume 1. Why not, you know? It was free to me because I had credit. So I ended up giving this 4 stars. I don't read tons and tons and tons of graphic novels, but this did seem a little jumpy. So I feel like if I hadn't have read the book 50 times like I have, and if I hadn't watched the movie 50 times, I feel like I would have been a little confused in parts. However, I liked it, and I really liked, I thought Bella was cool looking, but Edward looked a little weird. I don't know, a little strange. Some of it is just black and white, and then some did have a touch of color. I did think it was a little odd that some of the pictures just looked kind of like a photograph of the movie, if that makes sense. There's a beach, so there's a little color right there. There's a beach, the part when they're on the beach, it looks like it's just a photograph, and of course I'm not gonna be able to find it now. It was so cool to see this translated into pictures because we only have the movie, which obviously the movie leaves out a lot of stuff, and while this also left out some stuff, obviously it left out a lot of really good lines, so I was like, no, they took that out. But it was so cool to have it a little bit more accurate as far as I followed the novel better. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm not really making sense. I'm trying. Okay, that picture right there. It's just a picture from the movie or something. I don't know, I think that's weird. So I definitely want to get volume 2, and I heard that when you lay them next to each other, it's Edward and Bella, they're laying in the middle, so that's really cool. And then I've only ever seen, I was at Barnes & Noble once and I saw the New Moon graphic novel, but I've never even seen the Eclipse or Breaking Dawn ones. So are they even out? I don't know. I guess I should have looked that up. Let me know if you guys have read the others or if there are even the newer ones out. But I liked it. I mean, it was fun. It took me you know, obviously I read this in one sitting. But I love Twilight, so, you know. This next book I was sent by Penguin, and it is The Secret Hum of a Daisy by Tracy Holzer. I actually have a written review as well, so if you want to read that, I'll put that below. But I gave this book 5 stars. It was so good. It's technically a middle grade novel because the main character is so young, but it read it just read like a normal YA book to me, it seemed like. So this was so touching and sweet, and it was just a story about moving on, and her, you know, the main character's mother dies, and it was her best friend, and she's now an orphan, and she has to go live with her grandma. So there's parts of it that's sad, but the majority of it was just so sweet, and just, you know, about a girl having to find a new home, and I don't know, it was really good. I really liked the friendships and the characters. I really liked the characters. There was a couple of really unique people, and you know, the grandma, learning more about that, and just the mystery of her finding the paper cranes, and I overall really liked it. It was very sweet. So this next book was also sent to me by Penguin, and it was Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour, and I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. It was so good. I liked it the majority of the time, but by the end I was loving it, and I think the main reason was because of the characters. Just like that book, it had a lot of really unique characters that really stood out to me, and I feel like this book book is a book that's really gonna like stick with me. I feel like I really liked that I centered around a film, and it was so interesting to me that the main character was like sort of like the set, you know, designer, and she would decide, you know, what furniture would be in this set. And it's stuff I never thought about, because I watch movies and TV shows all the time, but I never think about like, well, who chose, you know, that, oh, a bookmark just flew out. But what I was saying was like, you know, I never think about who chose that couch. Like, it's just something you don't think about. But, I don't know, it was just very interesting to me. The relationship and stuff was really interesting to me. Overall, like I said, I give this 5 out of 5 stars. I did do a written review, so if you want to read that, get more of my thoughts, that will be linked below. And I do recommend this book. It was very, very good. This next book is a library copy. It's Burn for Burn. I ended up giving this 4 out of 5 stars, and I kind of was a little mildly disappointed by the ending, just because it kind of surprised me. I didn't really think it was going to go the direction it did, and it was a little odd to me. I know of a lot of people that loved this book and gave it a 5 out of 5, but I don't know, it was just a little different. It was, I really like Joni Han, and the idea was pretty good, but there's just a lot of really, how do I describe it? It touched on a lot of really heavy subjects, but it would kind of read just like a light contemporary. But it's a story all about revenge, and I don't read a lot of stories like this. I'm not into that a lot. Not into like the kind of drama kind of thing between, you know, a bunch of girls. But it was good, and I do want to continue reading just to find out what happens, because like I said, the ending was a little weird. But yeah, I want to get the second one out. I want to get the second one, which I know is out, and I think the third one is coming out this year, I think, or beginning of next year, but I think it's this year. But I don't know, it's just, I still don't know exactly my thoughts on this. I did do a written review as well, but it's just, I still am kind of like, I have some mixed feelings on it, I think. It's just a little strange, The two comics, that I read, it was during the Bada Books readathon, and it's The Spectacular Spider-Man, The Hunger Part 1, and X-Men First Class 1 as well. And so I just randomly went into a comic book store, and I was like, hey, let's get some random comics. And then I went to the really cheap bin that were like 50-cent, $2 comics, and I got these. So why not? And I want to continue because they're so short. They're like 20 pages. And then obviously this is part 1, so it obviously continues. And I want to know what happens. And so I definitely want to go back. And they're so cheap, or at least these were. And so I really want to get the rest of them. But I don't know, like I talked about this before, but comics are always something that I've like been interested in. And I watch like TV shows and movies and stuff where people, like the main characters, are super interested in comics. And I love the movies, like the Marvel movies and like Spider-Man and stuff like that. Like all of them. There's not one I watched that I don't like so far. And so anyways, yeah, actually X-Men is one of my favorites, which I just saw the new one with Marine, and it was so good. Oh my goodness. So yeah, if you have any comic recommendations, definitely leave them below. So that means I'm still reading Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, but it's actually a good thing in a way that I'm still reading this. And so you may have seen Beth's video about the Summer of Spells Harry Potter read-along. At first it was just going to be like a month, but we decided to extend it for the whole summer. So it starts this month in June, and it's for June, July, and August. And there's a GOODREADS page for it now, so I'll link the GOODREADS page below. But I'm going to have a separate video talking about it, so just, there'll be more info in that. But I'll link Beth's video below and Cassie's video. It's me and a bunch of other booktubers, and we're just going to be reading Harry Potter, and then hope you guys join it as well. We'll discuss it on GOODREADS, like I said. There's going to be a few Harry Potter related giveaways going on during the Summer of Spells read-along. If you want to, like, you know, tweet about it on Twitter, just use the hashtag Summer of Spells. It's going to be a really fun time. So I'm going to be finishing Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix this month in June. And then I'll read the 6th one in July and the 7th one in August. So some people are trying to read like the whole series though. And hi Audrey, what's up? So I love this book so much. I already said I wanted to like read it slowly, but this is crazy. Like I'm reading it so slowly. Like I'm on page like 400 still, but I definitely, you know, want to finish it in June, and then if I finish it sooner, that's fine. I'll go ahead and go on to the 6th one. But like I said, this month has been a little crazy, and I kind of got interrupted also by City of Heavenly Fire, which I'm still reading. So this came out the week right before I left for New York, and I drove out and got it like the night before it was technically released. And I read like the prologue that night, and then over the like next 2 days I read like chapter 1 or something, and then I was like and then I left for New York. So I obviously didn't read in New York. Obviously I was doing stuff, but I'm back now. So last night I read some more, and I'm only on chapter I usually always finish on a chapter, so this would be normally really easy for me to look up. But last night I like fell asleep, I couldn't continue. So I'm only on chapter, almost finished with chapter 3. So I'm like barely even into this book, but it's so good so far. I cannot wait to finish it. So my main 2 goals for this month are just to finish The Order of the Phoenix, and then to finish City of Heavenly Fire. And of course I will have video reviews for both of those because they're big books, big videos. So that's my goals. Let me know if you read any of these books and your thoughts. Do not spoil me for City of Heavenly Fire. Let me know what you read this month in May, maybe what you plan to read in the month of June. Let me know if you plan on joining us for the Summer of Spells read along so we can read Harry Potter together and talk about it. I'm actually really excited about it. I've been talking about it with the girls, and we're just like so pumped about the giveaways and just talking about it with people, because I mean so many of us like love Harry Potter, and I don't know, I'm just really excited. So obviously I'll have a haul up really soon for New York stuff. I'm gonna do kind of, I think, like a document your lifestyle separate video where I just show footage just from the weekend, because I didn't actually like vlog, you know, so because I was with my boss and stuff, but I have lots of footage. So the next week or 2, you're going to be seeing quite a bit of videos from me, but that's, you know, not a bad thing. Or at least I hope it's not. Alright guys, I will see you next time. Bye!